Subscribe below. Okay. Why'd you say y'all? Because I'm from Texas? You put me in a box? I mean, I say y'all. I'm just asking. Okay. Interval notation. Okay. So we are working with inequalities today, but we are going to be learning how to write our answer in interval notation. Once you get to Algebra 2, you will have 3 different ways that you can write your answers when you are solving inequalities. Okay. Set notation, inequality notation, and interval notation. You already know how to do inequality notation. You're going to be doing it on every problem right here. And that's just you writing your answer as x is greater than 2. That's inequality notation. Okay. Set notation is something we don't need to talk about. And then interval notation is what I'm going to show you today. Okay. Jordan and Hector, come grab this. What's that? She probably did. I didn't get my phone. I trust y'all. Okay. So, again, interval notation is another way of expressing the answer to an inequality. It uses parentheses and brackets to show where the graph starts and ends. Okay, so we are going to be doing 3 things today. You are solving inequalities. You are graphing the inequality on the line graph, and then you will be writing your answer in interval notation. Okay, so a few things. Okay, the symbols that you're going to learn that are new today. When we're using interval notation, we have to use parentheses and brackets. Okay, and both of them mean different things. Parentheses, we will use every time that you have an infinity sign, a negative infinity sign, a less than sign, or a greater than sign. That took a while.
Well, because I thought it said blue on the spreadsheet.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Well, that's why I'm recording. It doesn't matter. That's why I was confused because Arlen came and asked if she could go work with you, and I was like, wait, y'all are both supposed to be in here. So where's the other one? Oh, okay. Okay. So those four markers are going to indicate that we are using parentheses. Okay, it'll make more sense when we're filling it out. Okay, it also will indicate that on your line graph you have an open circle. Okay, an open circle means that we are not including that value in the set of solutions. Okay, that will make more sense as we go through it. But the brackets, okay, we will use the brackets on only 2 occasions. Okay, if the problem has a greater than or equal to symbol or a less than or equal to symbol. Okay, so if I'm saying an open circle means we're not including that value, it kind of makes sense when we move to the or equals to, because the words or equal to means that we are including that value. So if our answer was x is greater than or equal to 2, then you're going to have a bracket with the 2 and a closed circle. Okay. The closed and open circles we'll get into. Hello. Welcome back. Okay. The closed circle means we will be including those values. Okay. Always use parentheses with infinities and negative infinities. Okay. So, number 1, we have 4 times the sum of x plus 3 is greater than negative 24. So these inequalities that we're working with, okay, we're going to solve them the exact same way that you solve the equations. There's only a handful of differences, okay, and really only one that we'll touch on today, and I'll show you when we get there. Okay, so for number 1, what's your first step? Distribute. Okay, so go ahead and distribute. You got 4x plus 12 is greater than negative 24. I'm confused why people aren't writing. That means you wrote them. So I wasn't talking to you. Guilty conscience. Okay, what do we do next? Get rid of the 12 by moving it over. Okay, finish solving. Just have a seat in the classroom would help, Marlon. You can sit in this desk if you want to. Up here. Okay. What's up? Yes, you're solving it the same way you would as if there was an equal sign. Okay. So we've got 4x is greater than negative 36. Okay. Then you're going to divide both sides by 4. I'm going to move my answer over here. It's going to give me x is greater than negative 9. Okay, again, just solving it the same way that you would solve it as if it had an equal sign. Okay. Now is the newer stuff, potentially, the graph. Okay, so these line graphs are blank so that you can fill in your own values. Okay, whatever solution you get, make that value the central value in your number line. Okay, so I would put negative 9 right here so that I have space on either side, and then I'm going to fill it in with the rest of my values. Okay, do you have an open or a closed circle for your solution? Open. Why is it open? So sorry, wrong button. Because of the parentheses. Is that what I heard? I don't see parentheses. So why are we saying that? Yes. Let's try and use our words. Yes, because it is a greater than or a less than symbol, right? So it is x is greater than, which means it's going to be an open circle. Okay. We don't want to include that value. Okay. So it's an open circle over the negative 9. Which way are we going to draw our graph? To the right, because it's greater than. Okay. So we want to go in the greater than direction, increasing in value. Okay. And then this is where we're going to write our answer, or how we're going to write our answer. Okay. You're going to write your answers from the lowest possible value to the highest possible value that you graphed. Okay. What is the lowest possible value that we graphed? Negative 9. Just because a negative 12 exists on the graph does not mean you graphed a negative 12 in your solution. Okay. So I'm talking about parts of your solution that are covered by the graph line that you drew yourself. Okay. Negative 9. What's the high value? Is it? What if I would have given you 3 more spots on that side? Keep going for forever. What would that be? Infinity. Okay. Now, do we use parentheses or brackets? Okay, you use a parentheses on the -9 side because of the open circle. Yes. Okay, you use what on the side with the infinity? Parentheses, because always. Okay, reason being is because technically, when you have a value of infinity or negative infinity, you will never actually get to that value. So we cannot say that the solution includes infinity, so to speak, okay? Because infinity is just kind of a description. So you will use parentheses anytime you use an infinity or a negative infinity, okay? Let's look at number 2. Any questions on number 1 so far? Okay, let's look at number 2. Go ahead and solve number 2 for the inequality, okay? So we have x minus 3 times the sum of x and 2 is greater than 4. Let's make sure we keep our phones put away, please. We're going to distribute the -3. I have x minus 3x minus 6 is greater than 4. Next step would be to combine like terms. I have x minus 3x. It's going to be -2x minus 6 is greater than 4. What's my next step? Add 6 on both sides. It's going to give me -2x is greater than 10. So I'm going to move over here. -2x is greater than 10. What's my last step? Divide by -2. Okay, so I told you that solving these is the exact same as solving equations, except for one special exception today. Okay, and that exception is when you're at this step right here, okay, and you have to multiply or divide by a negative number across the sign. Okay, so what I mean by across is we're dividing by -2 over here, right? And then we're going to have to do it over here as well. Okay, so what you're going to do with that inequality, you're going to flip it. Okay, and so now it's going to be a less than symbol, and you've got -5. Okay, and that would be your solution. Okay, now a slight misunderstanding that I noticed in B3 when doing this lesson is it has nothing to do with if this number right here ends up a negative. Okay, that number could be a positive. What matters is this number being negative. Okay, if you are dividing or multiplying by a negative before you get to your solution, then you need to flip the sign. Okay, the solution being negative has no impact. C number 1. Okay, for that example. Okay, let's go ahead and graph it. We have -5 on our graph. Then we have -4, -3, -2 on the positive side, and then -6, -7, and -8. Open or close circle on -5. Put down what you think. Open, because it is less than. Okay, draw your graph. It is x is less than -5, so which direction do you go? To the left. Don't say backwards. Well, it's not forward. I wouldn't say forward. Well, this is two-dimensional, so all the things you're saying don't actually make sense. Okay. They don't. So you are going in the negative direction, right? So how are we writing our interval notation? Mm-hmm. So what's our low value? Yeah. So now our low value, okay, is somewhere over here, right? Following that arrow all the way to negative infinity. And then our high value being what? Negative 5. With parentheses because it's an open circle. Okay. I would like for you to try 3 and 4 on your own. Just check your math. It's okay. Okay, I'll start putting number 3 up there. You can look up as soon as you're ready. Yes, sir. Okay, there's number 3.
Mr. Bennett, if you get the answer right, but you do it wrong, is that so count? Would it count on a test?
Yeah.
I got that.
I'm confused on how you do that.
I just multiplied that. The extra 4. Me.
I don't honestly know if, like, so if this is a test I would grade them, I would think it's easy. But, I mean, if it's a standardized test and it's multiple choice, then obviously you just gotta good luck out and count it out.
Great.
It happens. Sometimes you just land on the right number. It's like lottery.
No, I didn't guess. I know.
Well, based on the like gibberish Mandarin that's on your paper.
It's not gibberish.
Just Mandarin.
I got it right.
Okay, are we ready for number 4 yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'll wait just a second. If you are done with number 4 and you would like to go on the back side, you will do 5, 7, and 9.
I am. I don't get right answer.
What's up, buddy? Yes, do you mind waiting until Hunter gets back? Okay. I'll talk to Miss Dobbins and see which day might be best then. Okay. Thank you for telling me. That is very reasonable. read this out loud. So, exactly. So what you want to think about is, okay, I said less than. What these lines represent is all of the different x values that make that problem work. Okay. Okay, here's number 4.
What I miss? Oh.
Wait, hold on. What do you have to do again? What do you have to do again?
Okay, 3 and 4 are up there. Okay, couple things on number 4. Okay, make sure that when you're distributing, you distribute the negative 8. Okay, which means it's going to be negative 8x plus 8 minus x. Okay, then you combine like terms. When you have that negative 8x and the negative x, you need to combine them. Okay, so you're adding them together. Don't subtract the negative because that'll take you in the wrong direction and it'll give you a 7 instead of a 9, which is what you need. Okay, then you move the 8 over. Why did I flip the sign? Don't say because it's negative, because that's too vague. Be specific. Why did I flip the sign, Capri?
Because before you got the answer, it was a negative number.
Perfect. You had to divide by a negative number. Okay? You divided both sides by a negative 9, so you've got to flip your inequality sign. Okay? The reason we're flipping our inequality sign is because we're changing the sign of everything on the other side of the inequality. Okay, then in your interval notation in your line graph, you should have a closed circle on 4 going in the positive direction. Interval notation should be bracket 4, comma, infinity, parentheses. Okay, let's flip over to the back. You should be working on 5, 7, and 9.
5, 7, and 9.
You said 5, 7, and 9.
So, you're welcome. Answered your question.
No, but like,
Were you saying this 3? Were you saying this 3 and this negative? Or this 3 and this negative? On 7. Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about 9. Because 9 has the 3 and the negative. That's why I said both. Just the negative. Okay? Because the 3 is separated by the negative.
I don't know if
you don't know how to do this, you should be trying it.
You don't even know how to try it.
You need to look back at the problems we did on the front page to help you out, or any of the previous homework. Okay? If you don't know how to try, then some effort is required then to figure it out. I know. Okay, once you show me that you have finished 5, 7, and 9, you may come and grab your homework from me.
No, I'm never getting it. Hey, it's close enough. Hey. So what if
I just remember
Try.
I did a couple more breaks.
You would? How would you do it? By doing what? You can't smooth it. There you go.
Yeah.
And then same thing with this. Negative x plus 7.
Oh, I keep it. I saw it.
I mean, the one x is fine.
You see me walk
What I'm
out.
concerned about is this 7.
You see me walk out and walk.
Plus 7.
So then for defense, like I'm walking down, then it can pass me.
What is negative 1 times negative
Oh
7?
my god, I was like a god. Someone told. I sure. I did every single goal. I'm the only. One more. I can start myself.
No, I'm not.
So just like over here,
I'm not.
Me first. I have my hand ready for it.
Yeah, so it's gonna be all from so we did 1,
How do you write it? Me either, because I didn't.
some of them will have 2 parentheses. The ones that have a bracket will not have 2 parentheses. The ones that have brackets, then what do you think? What's that sound? Whatever your number value is, whether it's 50 this, that's 50. Okay. Every time you see this.
he said your address is so sorry. But I did send it.
Yeah, you did. I have your
So we're not.
It's not actual messages. I do want to get it.
You don't want it, man. I made him.
Just not been enjoying this.
Oh
Separate from the parentheses, just the negative. Just the negative. So you kind of pretend that negative.
So all I need is to put in no, only five.
5, 7, 9.
None of them instead of all of them. I got combined my shirt. I just I didn't know.
Okay, don't even think I'm doing my stage.
Alright, so do
Now, you see these bubbles before.
I don't know why.
Why did you subtract 7? But you added. So you added 3 again. That doesn't cancel 3 out. So if you're going to move the 7 over by subtracting, you also have to subtract.
Go figure in my spot.
Stop running away from me. Stop running away from me.
Wow, so serious. Alright, I'm done with 5. You should go right now.
So it's just everyone times 2x.
Fine.
And then just make sure you bring that back. 3 minus the answer.
Got it. He's dangerous, my lord. You're wasting
And then what you did is
Okay. I'm sorry, but he's still answering my question badly. I was trying to read it. Yes, he read it. I just needed the time. Anyway, I just needed the time. That's all I needed. I'm
it doesn't matter if it's
meant to you.
only if you're doing
It was a video game.
I just found the I don't know what but oh yeah.
Oh! There's no way! Stop!
Ow! Oh, I just sprayed the
Oh my god! He doesn't get it.
I'm not going to eat that. We're in middle school in 8th grade. And what if I don't even
I don't know where it is.
dad didn't go to college, and all the girls got accepted. So obviously you got something going.
You just need to get all your variables.
That's cool.
If I got started,
He's gonna have this kid. Yeah, my life before my dad.
You can
I didn't even know where he was.
how would you move?
No, my dad graduated. He said he was.
Same thing.
My friend said you have fun with that. Like good, like
so on this one right here, make sure
That's not good. No. I would
so
not do that.
and that is a good step. I would put it together. So it just depends on which way you want to go. You want to this Yep. And then you do the same
Why haven't I ever eaten?
Oh, how dare us.
You go.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, but it's gonna happen.
Interesting. I don't know if I can give student reporter awards to high school.
I said on a C, I don't know.
Hey, it's not a fact that the changed.
No, the future's not changing.
You literally just said it's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
My mom's gonna be like,
If my kids are all like students, I'm unadopted. Unadopted.
Just make sure that you give me your adopted and then make sure that you
Yeah. My kids aren't allowed to be smart.
do that.
Which means they have to be dumb as well. And they have to cheat.
You just check his oil?
Like car oil. Just better.
I'll come over there.
I'm kidding.
No, they didn't ask for
They're stars.
Are you saying that
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at the way that you Okay, so on the problems when you use a bracket, you'll only use one. On the other side,
Not giving this now too.
No.
It's not mine.
give it to me.
Well, I've done more than now my bedroom's back.
Right?
Yeah. Got about the back started.
I need the homework. Is this Harper?
My grades are actually really good. Mr. Brandon. Very good.
Punch him in the face.
There.
That's huge.
So, all the
Yes.
So they're only specific to the value that they're on. Like 6 is close, but eventually, Jackson, we'll do ones where you'll have brackets on both sides. So big.
They stole my pen.
I don't think this point should really be saved.
Alright, I got it.
Okay.
I'm giving it.
Bible.
You said you were gonna give him the baby.
Should I get my
That
Wait, if I put myself in there, start getting my food straight. What about
Wow.
okay?
Yeah, on the side, but then on the other side,
I didn't know.
So, like on this one, the 6 is good. The negative is going to be
Help me, I'm confused. What are you next?
No, I don't even, I'm not even gonna ask you.
No, it's
Huh?
we already.
Yeah, I don't feel.
Oh, no, I know what it is.
Great.
Before sure to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't. No, we're go. I'm also the fattest swimmer, baby.
Why are we talking about how quickly you swam down the Philippines?
get the whole word? I mean,
Mr. Bennett.
It was
Mr. Bennett.
so alive.
Mr. Bennett.
Did I ask you?
Let me see if you
Jackson is aware of how fast he's going to go.
Mr. Bennett.
No, I was
Educational.
Skites. Don't bring me into this. I'm sure you in a few days later, she's switching to my dad's generation. No, it was definitely. It was definitely. Good old idiots not happening. I'm not glad to know it. She says you're not. Josh Giddy? On the basketball team? And what did he get? Oh, one of those? At least you know that. The hair is the best part of the house. No, I don't ever want it. It's just, it's too. Somebody sees three. No,
Money, mine.
By the way,
I'm like Josh Gordon.
Kenny and Josh. This is great, whoever said that.
You don't know. It gives you a web search. All he is. He's probably like 6'3". I don't know. He's I just know you're right.
You did great. You did great. You stood somewhere else. Subtracted 5, subtracted 5. But then in your head, you saw negative 10 divided by negative 5. So just make that a negative 15. And that'll fix that one. Everything else is perfect. Back, jump.
I need to know.
Yeah.
I understand it.
Okay.
I don't understand it. Like I got 4.
So the issue is this. You're combining like terms, okay? When you combine like terms, you don't have to change signs because they're on the same side. You only have to do this. Yes, exactly. So you should just do x plus 5x instead of doing x. And that's the key. Okay? Okay, we have about 10 minutes of working time left. You need to make sure that you have your homework. If you have not grabbed it already, please come up and get it. You're welcome.
Can I get two?
You're going to do 2? Eve, what an overachiever. I'm so proud of you.
I'm Jen. I'll do it. You can do Who's the cheating epidemic? Am I part of it? Who's in part of the cheating epidemic?
I didn't talk about that in here.
I would like to know.
Like your money on the floor.
Please.
Like their money on the floor.
I'll talk about it next week, Hadley. So what you're doing is you're just kind of reading that. Once you get your solution, it's x something, whatever number, 1. Okay. Then you just kind of look at your number line. So like, let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, -1, -2. Okay. So let's say you had x is greater than 1. I'm putting my dot on 1 because that's my solution. And now you're just reading, what does that say? X is greater than 1. So your line represents all the values of x that fit that sentence. Okay? So x has to be greater than 1, which means you're just going to draw your line on the values that are higher than 1. Okay?
Mr. Bennett, what's your email? Because I need it on the recommendation form thing on the bottom.
It's B and then my last name.
Is it on Canvas? I mean, on Infinite Campus?
Probably.
Okay.
It's right here.
Which can? You need to relax. I have a mustache. There's no like hair that makes it my church is I was trying to like make my
Progress reports. Probably beginning of next week, Monday or Tuesday.
I would never do anything that bad. Still be home. You help me out, Lucas. Yeah. Probably fine. You remember, babe. You remember how good I was? It was awesome. We were supposed to go to that what?
Hey, whoa, whoa.
You have your phone here.
Thank you.
I put my name down as me first, and then down as other guy. I refer to myself as me.
Yeah, I get you need pass, I can do that.
Okay, if you didn't check your notes and you want to, you can right here. And then once you get that done, you are free